Hello my little geese, welcome back to my channel. This is day 10 of the 30-day challenge and this is Shamily speaking. As a reminder, the 30-day challenges, I have 30-day IRL to complete my Forever Island Felmanora, which was a forest core island. I want to do a abandoned forest core island, and I cannot use online services according to Froggy Crossing's rules. Today is day 10 and I'm starting to slightly feel pressured about this. We did not see that Stitches moved in, but this is who we found yesterday during our hunt. Little cutie. I also am still not getting my my hybrids. Like, oh my gosh, we have a blue one. We're on the way for a purple hyacinth, friends. Hey, bestie. Yeah, I have a medicine right here for you. Oh, I'm looking for a cranky villager so they can teach me the barrel recipe. Oh yeah, I did went ahead and found more crops while on this boat tour. So now I have some pumpkins growing out. Dang, I always struggle to say pumpkins. So growing out, I hope that at one point they will grow in different colors and it's not at the seed that it's determined, because I don't remember this. I haven't played with the crops in a very long time and haven't played without treasure islands and all the rest and like online services in a very long time as well. So I do genuinely hope that the pumpkin can change colors. Honestly, I'm checking those seeds, like those weeds, and I'm thinking that summer weeds are one of my favorites. You know what? As I'm walking through this field of lilies, I am thinking that maybe my island's energy on breeding my hybrids oh my gosh, is focused on the lilies, which I do not want and wish. So maybe I should go ahead and go clean them up. I might keep the white ones, I don't know yet, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and keep those. Oh my god, what happened? I was not expecting this. Oops. And ta-da! We've got rid of those lilies. I'm gonna go ahead and time travel to tomorrow so I can start on the build itself. Ooh, visitor at the campsite. Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? If it's Maple, I'm going ahead right away and like selling a plot. If it's a cranky, I might do it as well because I really do need the DIYs. But I just do want Maple to be there. Just crossing my fingers. Are we in? Oh my gosh, I can't. It's another penguin! What's wrong with the penguins? Hi, Wade. I don't think his personality is fitting. I don't think there is any cranky penguin. That was a flop. Okay, let's get to work. So, of course, as usual, if this video is going too fast, don't hesitate to slow it down in the settings so you can enjoy the terraforming. But today I decided to start working on the terraforming behind the resident service, and I wanted to surround it by cliffs. So I decided to start working on the cliffs, and honestly I had no idea where I was going with them. I was just randomly popping cliffs and ups and downs, and if you don't really know how to go with your terraforming, I kind of tried to explain it in a few videos. I can link them. But basically what I want to do is just go on random shapes, and I go like every 2-3 tiles I go on another level, if either behind or up front, and then I round my corners because I usually don't like to leave harsh corners, and I know in nature you can have both, and I did it in the entrance. If you haven't seen that video, I strongly suggest you go and watch my entrance speed build. But basically that was it, and I skipped the build a bit, filling just the back of the cliff because that was just a straight line, and I feel like you don't need any help to just fill straightly your terraforming and your cliffs. So basically I'm just loving to round my cliffs and my corners, and I wanted to have a 2-tier so I could have waterfalls dropping from behind the resident service. My tip whenever you're doing this is go ahead and go a lot to the front of your build. Like for example, for me the view was important from the resident service, so what I did, and I kind of skipped those steps, but basically I would go a lot to the resident service and with my camera angle it in different ways so I could see how it is looking like, and then don't hesitate to go ahead and extend your cliff if you need so. The back for me is straight, but it will be then rounded up afterwards. This is how I like to proceed. By the way, not everybody is up to that, but I really like going with a big block and then sculpt it like a sculpture, but really add some shapes into it. Some people, they go directly with like curves and cliffs and stuff like that, like beautiful rounded cliff. So to each their own techniques, but for me a big old square work, and then, or rectangle, it's not a square anymore. And then I like to carve it however to my liking, and this way I know more or less the space and everything. Also, it's because I like to start working first on the top part and then adjust my cliff afterwards, although I just did the opposite over here. But I feel like it's easier to first style the top, extend your cliff, like have a huge square, style the top, and then you can style the bottom because you know how your top is gonna look like. And then I started placing my waterfalls. Don't get too attached to it because in the end it had to change a bit, because basically you couldn't see the waterfall from behind the resident service, so it was a bit pointless to have that many waterfalls. That's my own opinion, and I didn't really know where I was going with all this waterscaping, and you kind of can notice this. Also, I don't know what is happening. Like, I thought I was gonna become good at like aiming and waterscaping and everything, especially after working on so much waterscaping lately on, for example, Poinsettia and stuff, but apparently I'm not. I'm just like this big old clumsy sham. So if you're clumsy like me, don't hesitate to like this video and recommend it to your other clumsy friends. But that was my goal, and I had to make some adjustments, and in the end this terraforming turned out beautiful, or at least I liked it, but it was so hard to produce and I didn't know what I wanted, and I'm just going back and forth. You will see I will place a little lake down below, and that is also a problem, like the cliff not being large enough, because waterscaping, has to be on certain spaces. But yeah, so I did also a little lake down below the cliff, and that was also a mess, but in the end I'm now a bit further advanced than you are, friends, and I love passing in front of that little lake, so it was hard to produce, but I'm certainly so happy that it came out the way it did, because I'm loving it in my day-to-day work and progress on this island. So yeah, sometimes an ID, you know, you're just like, yeah, I'm not sure of that ID, and in the end, it is amazing. Don't mind also those harsh corners on my waterscaping that will be hidden with some bushes. That is also a good trick. But if you want to go on a trip, go ahead. It's the holiday season. But that's a good trick. Is, for example, the waterscaping is not that simple. Sometimes it's like a bit weirdish, and if you want to hide those weird and awkward angle, place a bush. I will place all my nature and bushes at the end of the terraforming. But yeah, that's my big advice. And this is where I'm struggling because I didn't know how big I wanted my lake to be. I just wanted, you know, a really small pond. But also, yeah, I don't know, the rounding and the waterscaping, it's always a mess. So that was my main concern, but I think that's the final shape I agreed with. I just tried again and again a few things, but in the end I will go back to that shape because I found it beautiful. So bear with me. I tried different stuff, huh? If you like something that you see here and you're like, oh Shem, you should have done that, feel free to reproduce it on your island, to each their own. But I think it's also lovely to have different options, and when I'm seeing them, they're, well, not all terrible, but I definitely like this one a bit more. And then I wanted to join, like, you know, join the riversides behind the resident service, but in the end it was looking crappy. So like, see, you cannot see any of those waterfalls from the front of the resident service. So I was like, why bother? I might as well like place tall items over there. And in the end, I think I did not even, because no tree would grow there. And you will see that will be my next challenge and struggle, will be the tree placement. But then I did kind of another little river over there. It was less of a struggle, although it does look like a struggle right now, but it was definitely less of a struggle than on the previous build. So I mean previous river thingy. So don't worry. Don't worry. Or worry a bit. I don't know. I'm tired, by the way, friends, if you can't tell. I'm tired. And then I decided to extend a bit my cliff because I'm gonna do my tree placement. What I did here is just highlight with holes where I wanted my tree to be, and I'm just slowing down the thing so I can show you how I'm doing a tree on the edge of the cliff. That is something that I've shown and you probably have seen, but just in case you haven't or don't remember, you do this little setup. So your 9 holes, your 9 squares for the tree, then you place a corner that is empty, and there you have your river, like 2 squares and a rounded thingy, like I just did, in fact, because with words I'm bad at explaining. And there, this way, you can place a tree. Be careful that if you want your tree to grow, you need to stay with that setup until it's grown to the size you want and stunted and everything. So be careful about that. You keep the river like this whenever you're like terraforming back your cliff. But you can see that here I could round my cliff easily. And then I'm gonna go and make the other cliff disappear. So you round one corner and then boom, you erase it. Be careful that it doesn't work in all directions and angles. So you need to be a bit careful. And then I decided to put back my cliff to where it was. So my super tip for this is that you have to start from the top, because then if you want to place them on the bottom, it's gonna be a mess. If you started from the bottom and then go to the top, then you will have to move and everything. So start from the top, move your way to the bottom, and that's kind of it for this build. This resident service looks very good. So I need to think a bit more, you know. I need to think of the layout I want. I need to think of what I'm gonna be placing here that still looks abandoned but also fills the island and just not is purely nature. I'm also gonna be thinking, because my museum, I want it to be not too far from the resident service. I want the entrance to be a bit hidden and tricky. I have some thinking to do, and I think tomorrow we're gonna do a big chunk of terraforming and decoration all together. So today I'm gonna spend the rest of my day grabbing more and more objects and items and whatever I'll be needing to complete those builds. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you tomorrow. Don't forget to put a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to not miss the rest of the videos. Friends, I was time traveling because I wanted to produce more hybrids, and we got a villager at the campsite, and I had to come back and re-record this last part of the day because, oh my gosh, it's Deirdre. So I have some plots that I can place. I'm gonna go buy a little plot and just place it and get her because she's so cute and she definitely fits the theme. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I mean, it's not as exciting as it being maple or something, but it's quite exciting. You know. Wait. Okay. I'm so confused. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Hi, Tom Tom. Come here, Vesti. It's urgent. We have an emergency. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid on Christmas Day. Oh no. Cannot fit on the beach. Can it fit over there? A beach home is all I can afford. Please, please, please. Yeah, this is the spot. Don't mind, don't care. So let's go and invite her. Pookie, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Just ask me to move on this island. More than na. Considering, yes. More than half. Join us. No, don't say no. Don't say no. More importantly, was I serious when I said I'd want to live here? Actually, no. Okay. Red or black? Red or black? Let's go with black then. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's so rude. I don't want you on my island anymore. That's so rude. Join us. But, you know what? Maybe there's something to Famira after all. Let's play a game. Okay, again a game. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just try. Petit liti lot est une vie crotte. Yep. You win. Yeah, it's very own Deirdre. Oh, this island is off on a great start. Deirdre's new home. Okay, that was actually it for me, friends. I am gonna go back to my breedings and making some monies, and also I was trying to, you know, make some miles so we could go on a hunt anytime soon and clean up and all of that. So I'm gonna resume this huge job, and I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow as intended. Have a good rest of your day and see you. Bye bye.